Hi. I'm Carsey Blanton. We are a band of professional musicians. We take our job very seriously, as I'm sure you can already tell. Today was a long and stupid day. We were driving down from far away, and we were on the East Coast, and it turns out that the East Coast was hit by an apocalyptic storm on its way from the Gulf of Mexico. So there's a lot of flooding and crazy stuff, and a lot of people were hurt and even died last night because of this storm. And a lot of people were in New Orleans without power because of the very same storm. So really, traffic is the least of our worries. But that said, it was a long and annoying day. We got here about an hour ago, and we rapidly set up for this live stream, and I'm just really excited that we made it. So, hello. Thank you for coming. I'm sure you all look beautiful. I hope you're set up somewhere with your family and your food and your drinks, and that you're ready to enjoy some music with us. Mama, it's a disaster, going faster and faster, and all of my heroes turning out to be bastards. Ain't no peace to be found in this company town, 'cause the hearts will keep winning till we burn the house down. So all my friends in the streets tonight, we go singing. All my friends who are down and out, we're gonna fight. All our friends in the upper above, with all our rage and all our love, adding fuel to the fire down in the streets tonight, where they call it a riot, 'cause we ain't keeping quiet. But if you've been listening, we know you don't buy it. And they say we've been stealing, but who's the real villain when we can't even make a living and they're out there making a killing? So all my friends in the streets tonight, we go singing. All my friends who are down and out, we're gonna fight. All our friends in the upper above, with all our rage and all our love, adding fuel to the fire down in the streets tonight. They can lock us up and they can knock us down. We're the ones who run this town. We're gonna shout it out till we make them face. We're the ones who own this place. They can lock us up and they can knock us down. We're the ones who run this town. We're gonna shout it out till we make them face. We're the ones who own this place. So all my friends in the streets tonight, we go singing. All my friends who are down and out, we're gonna fight. All our friends in the upper above, with all our rage and all our love, adding fuel to the fire down in the streets tonight. Down in the streets tonight. Down in the streets tonight. Yes, that's right. It's down in the streets tonight. You are here with us in the streets of the internet. I'm seeing a bunch of comments about people at the show in Boston last night, so I just want to say to the people who came out in Boston last night, extra super duper thanks to you. I was already very excited that you came out in spite of the fears of Delta, in the pandemic, and all the craziness. And then I was doubly excited when after the show we went outside and realized that we were in the middle of a hurricane. So thank you to all of you guys who were in Boston at City Winery last night. That was our first headline show in a venue in about 18 months, and it felt very good. Felt very, very good. Turns out to be a lot of fun doing that for one's job. So that was an exciting time. We have a bunch more live shows ahead of us, as far as we know, and a bunch more shows on the internet as well. So thank you for watching on the internet, and thank you for watching in real life. They're both good. Let's play Party at the End of the World. This one is just feeling better and better as the world continues to crumble around us. It's good to have songs to sing about the apocalypse. 1, 2, 3. It's hard to tell, but here's the story. We're going out in a blaze of glory. It's too late now to fix this mess. So honey, put on that party dress. Oh, there's a party at the end of the world. Let's go to the party at the end of the world. We'll dance with a beautiful girl. It's our last chance. Party at the end of the world. There's a party at the end. We can dance and we can kiss. Toast to all the things we'll miss. Snow in winter, rain in summer, but not that much rain. Banging drums and banging drummers. Oh, there's a party at the end of the world. Let's go to the party at the end of the world. We'll dance with a beautiful girl. It's our last chance. Party at the end of the world. There's a party at the end. There's a party at the end of the world. Let's go to the party at the end of the world. We'll dance with a beautiful girl. It's our last chance. The party at the end of the world. There's a party at the end. Bang a drum and sing around and pass the rum. We're going down. Bang a drum and sing around and pass the rum. We're going down. Bang a drum and sing around and pass around. We're going down. Ah. Woo! It does feel good to sing, though. You guys notice that? You guys ever notice that?
Yeah.
Feels good to sing. I noticed that actually in the pandemic because I wasn't like singing every other day for my job, and so I would go like a week or even 2 weeks without singing very much, and I found that I needed to enter therapy, which implies to me that singing is actually very good therapy. So it's nice to be back on some stages and singing songs with these guys and for you guys. How are you doing? I haven't watched all the comments as they come up. My lovely assistant John, who's at my house, not in this house, is putting certain comments up on the screen, and I can read them unless I'm focused on singing, in which case I don't read them. But I'm hoping you guys are talking a little bit about how you fared in the storm, those of you who are in the path of Ida. I would love to know what happened out there. I hope everybody's okay. I hope Joe's okay, too, as he gets this upright bass out of this corner. It's pretty treacherous. Yes, Joe. And I'll unmute you, too. Why not?
Yeah.
How about it? How about yeah? A couple notes about this party, in case you are new here. We did these live streams once a month all the way through the pandemic. I shouldn't say through the pandemic, because that would imply that the pandemic's over. And if you've been reading the news, you may have heard it is not, in fact, over. That was a false alarm. But we did do these rent parties. We called them rent parties because we were paying the band's rent. We did them for 14 months. We paid the rent until gigs started to come back. And now gigs are back, and hopefully they stick around because we like them, and also they pay money. Having said that, we still are taking donations right now, and that is to pay the band because I think that they should still be paid money for playing music. I believe in paying musicians a living wage, even including myself. It's a crazy idea, but hey, why not? We had a good conversation the other day about whether music is a real job. And one thing that came up is, like, there's really a lot of jobs that aren't that important, and nobody questions those jobs. Like, is being a corporate lawyer a real job? It's not very valuable to society, you know, so maybe we should pay them less, pay us more. Anyway, having said that, you can donate all sorts of ways. Patreon is our favorite one because that pays for our work all through the month. But you can also send money on Venmo, etc. A little bit more about that later, but first, another song. We're going to do a little bit of an oldie, but a goodie. It's called Idiot Heart. Idiothart. One, two. I don't want to be alone in this bed. Won't you give me something I could take apart? Listen to the yelling in my head or the crying in my idiot heart. Idiot heart, I should've left you at home. You give me nothing but hard love, bad luck. When you gonna leave me alone? I was a dark-eyed man, and I knew right away it was gonna take a turn for the worse. So I said, hey heart, if you're gonna go crazy, give a little warning. Idiot heart, I should've left you at home. Ain't nothing but a hard love, bad luck. When you gonna leave me alone? Ooh, you're an idiot, a lunatic, a nitwit, and you make a fool out of me. Oh, you're a sad sack, subtle as a heart attack. Hey heart, when you gonna let me be? Hey heart, when you gonna let me be? Well, it doesn't take a lot to get you started, and I don't know how to turn you back off. I guess there ain't no rest for the idiot-hearted until your heart finally stops. Idiot heart, I should've left you at home. Ain't nothing but a hard love, bad luck. When you gonna leave me alone? Idiot heart, I guess I really should've known. Give me nothing but a hard love, bad luck. When you gonna leave me alone? You give me nothing but a hard love, bad luck. When you gonna leave me alone? You give me nothing but a hard love, bad luck. Hey heart, leave me alone. Yeah. Wow, wow, wow. Absolutely. Yes, people. I have to move a microphone. Talk amongst yourselves.
Hey, Joe.
F blues, 2, 3, 4.
Moving that mic.
Yeah.
Give me that. Hey.
Boston traffic was really bad. It was bad.
Took 9 hours to get from Boston to Philadelphia.
That's Bad Traffic Blues by Pat Firth.
I'll just have you know that Patrick earlier today called 676 the flooded highway in Philadelphia. He said, "What's that trench that goes through the middle of Philadelphia?"
So prescient.
It's a trench.
It's a trench now.
It is now. Hell.
Wet trench.
I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to mention I'm going to start trying a new thing, and I don't know if it's going to work, but here we are. I feel like we're in a new phase of the pandemic, which is sort of the marathon phase. Unfortunately, I hope this isn't bumming anybody out. If anybody out there is still like, it'll be over any minute, we all hope that you're right. But just in case it's not, I feel like we're now in the phase of the pandemic where it's like, all right, I guess we're living with this for a while. We got to figure out how to still do stuff that is important to us. We have to figure out how to still make money at our jobs and have our kids be educated and also do fun and important things like going to see live music. So in the spirit of that, as we are going back to gigs and we're still doing these live streams for people that are in other countries or aren't going to see a show or don't want to come out to a show because you don't want to gather in a crowd, we're going to keep doing these live streams. I'm going to keep trying to pay the band a living wage, but I'm also going to start trying to also give some of the money that we raise here to various other important causes. So I think of it like Patreon supports the work. You can donate to us, and that supports the band. And once we've supported the band, we're going to support the world. So for this month, whatever money we're able to make over paying the band is going to go to New Orleans to help pay for stuff like gas and baby diapers and water and ice and generators. I have a friend who did evacuate and now is driving back to New Orleans with a truck, and I'm going to try and help him load up that truck with lots of supplies for people there. In case you're not following the news, New Orleans, a city that I love dearly, is without power since Ida went through, and is probably still going to be without power for a while. And it's very hot there, in case you have never heard of New Orleans before. So anyway, send us some money. It pays us, it helps pay for the work, and also some of it's going to go to New Orleans to help them recover. You can also, of course, always send money to things like the frickin' Red Cross and various other stuff if you want to just directly donate to New Orleans. There's a great thing called Southern Solidarity that I am a big fan of, mutual aid organization. Anywho, fairly apropos, we're going to do a song called Harbor. It isn't safe out here, it's perfectly clear. I should have known it was a big mistake. I could have stayed at home, not answered the phone, and never given you my heart to break. Lovers run to ruin, soldiers run to war. Ships are safe in harbor, but it ain't what ships are for. Hearts are made for breaking. You were made for me. So batten down the hatches, honey. We'll sail away to sea. We had a lot to learn, courage to burn. We were the cutest little fools in town. I was an awful mess, but you were the best, and I was trying not to let you down. But lovers run to ruin, soldiers run to war. Ships are safe in harbor, but it ain't what ships are for. Love is for the making. You were made for me. So batten down the hatches, honey. We'll sail away to sea. It can seem insane, the wind and the rain, howling through the dark of the night. But when the stars come out, the darkest of doubt is nothing to the joy of their light. isn't safe out there. You're getting scared, and honey, you got every right to be. But the time is now, so steady the prow and go ahead into the mystery. Lovers run to ruin, soldiers run to war. Ships are safe in harbor, but it ain't what ships are for. Hearts are made for breaking. You were made for me. So batten down the hatches, honey. We'll sail away to sea. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Yes, catching up. I'm catching up to myself. My soul is catching up to my body. It's somewhere in the trenches on the highway. Someone is watching from Waukesha, where we make Generac generators. Lots of them loaded onto trucks headed for NOLA. Oh, Robert, thank you for doing that. That's awesome. Will you private message me too? It looks like you're on YouTube, but if you can email me, I would love to be able to support that. I don't know if you guys are taking donations. I'm putting together a list of places we can send money for mutual aid stuff in New Orleans. So thank you for doing that, Robert. I wanted to mention too, Piper says the bass is a balm to my soul. A balm, not a bomb. It is the bomb, but it is a balm to her soul. On the topic of donating too, I just want to mention that if you're broke, you're always welcome to listen to my music in any format, and that includes this live stream. So if you don't feel like sending us money, that's totally fine. Another way that you can support us is you can share this video on the YouTubes and on the Facebook. Actually, I don't know if you can share it on YouTube. You can definitely share it on Facebook. And you can also like it. If you click that little like button or the love button, the robots, I think, are into that. If you share it, you can also say something like, this is an artist that I like. My favorite song is blah, blah, blah. Or like, Carsey Blanton is coming to Chicago in November, probably. I think I'm coming in November. If you go to my website, you can find out when I'm actually coming to Chicago and many other towns. Having said that, what else can we play while you have the upright right there? How about Fat and Haps?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fats and Haps.
Perhaps.
Does anyone else want to take a kazoo solo? I don't know where my kazoo is.
Pat's turn.
Pat, you're going to be on kazoo this time.
Can't always be me.
Yeah.
Boo.
Oh, I gotta get my Roger Miller warmed up.
Gotta pass it around. Gotta pass it around.
This tune is called Fat and Happy, and it is a beef track written to someone who was mean to me on the internet. When I'm fat and happy and high on a hog, will you still be moaning like a three-legged dog? Will you still be lying like a bump on a log? When I'm fat and happy and high on the hog. When I'm fat and happy and rich as a rue, will you know of anything better to do? Will you still be crying 'cause you haven't a clue why I'm fat and happy and rich as a rue? I heard lately you were talking trash. I guess you wanted somebody to bash. I say you better go and drink a gin, 'cause your words may be bitter when you eat the food out. When I'm fat and happy and hitting it big, will you still be whining like a suckling pig? Or will you be crying 'cause you, whoops, I forgot the words. When I'm fat and happy and hitting it big.
Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Burrs, 2, 3, 4.
I heard lately you were talking trash. I guess you needed somebody to bash. when I'm bad and happy. When I'm bad and happy. When I'm bad and happy. And high on the hog. Oh yeah. Nailed it. You guys, that's Adam Shumsky on the drums and some of the vocals now too. Give him a hand.
From Philadelphia.
From Philadelphia.
From the trenches of Philadelphia.
The trenches are 476.
It's 676.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You should switch.
Wrong trench.
We'll do Dealing with the Devil. Oh, maybe we shouldn't actually. Too similar. We'll do Hot Night. Yeah, and also, by the way, that's Joe Plowman on the bass, on both of the basses, one of which is much larger than the other one, and it just requires a little bit of finesse when we want to switch. But, you know, that's what he signed up for. He's often like, do I have to play upright on this? There isn't room. And I'm like, Joe, if you didn't want to play upright, why did you get so good at it?
Oh, flattery.
Burn, right? Sick burn. Over there on the keys is Mr. Patrick Firth. Pat, peek out from behind the mic stand. There he is.
Hi. I
Patrick
can't even see myself.
Firth. Speaking of Joe Plowman, we're going to do a song called Hot Night, which he and I wrote together not long ago. While he's getting that bass strapped on, though, I want to mention that there's one more thing about today, which is kind of special. We're trying a new thing. Usually these shows are 2 hours long. Today is going to be like an hour 15, more like a regular show like we do at a theater. And then after that, we're going to do a VIP, all request, Patreon-only live stream. So we're going to do a concert here on the Facebook and the YouTube, and then we're going to move to Zoom. And if you're a patron, you can join us over on Zoom, and we're going to play all of your requests. Maybe not all of your requests, but we will play only requests. How about that? We're not so I'm not so snappy that I can just pull out like an Adele song right out of my butt, but I'll do my best. So if you're not a patron yet, you can sign up on patreon.com, and you can join us for the after party. Oh, and Skunk will also be there. That's Skunk. Introduce the full band. Yeah. Skunk is helping. It's hard to see, but there is a dog in Joe's lap right now. It's a hot night and I don't feel like sleeping. I got too much commotion running round my mind. Some kind of second sight. See the meaning of everything with the fever of the free and daisy in the summertime. Ain't nobody gonna give it to you. You got to steal it. Ain't nobody gonna live it for you. You better feel it now. Hot night, hear the dogs in the distance. I hear the men coming down the street, picking up the trash, and it sounds like a fist fight, like a squalid existence. But they're singing into dawning day like nobody asked. Ain't nobody gonna give it to you. You got to steal it. Ain't nobody gonna live it for you. You better feel it now. It's a hot night and I don't feel like sleeping. Lying next to my lover, and I can hear his dreams, and I feel like rising bread, like a hothouse flower, like I'm drunk on whiskey sour down the street in New Orleans. hot night, lying next to my lover, and there's nowhere tomorrow that I need to get. So I said, not quite. Don't take this night away from me. I don't feel like sleeping. I said I don't feel like sleeping. I said I don't feel like sleeping yet. Yeah. That was juicy.
My dream
What's your dream?
to have skunk in my lap. While I play
Playing the bass with skunk in your lap. All of Joe's favorite things. You have a drink nearby? Goodness gracious. Actually, I was thinking we should maybe play So Long New Orleans since we're on the topic. Oh, and here's my capo. And there's skunk. So that's good. We have everything we need. So that song Hot Night has a reference to New Orleans, and that's because it is often quite hot there and very humid. I lived in New Orleans for about 8 years. I moved here, right here, like within about 30 feet of where we are right now, in the pandemic. It was a surprise move into Joe's house with him and his wife Grace, and of course Skunk. But I was in New Orleans for a long time before that, and I'm quite fond of that city, and I also have a lot of good friends there, many of whom are in the city right now without power. And I want to give a special mention to Josette, because I know a lot of you have talked to her. She's sort of my, she started out as the person mailing out my CDs, and then she sort of slowly took over more and more parts of the Carsey Blend Industries business. So if you ever email me through the website, you may have gotten like a lovely and kind response from someone named Josette. She's really wonderful. She's a really fabulous person. I know she's not watching right now because she doesn't have power. I doubt there are many people watching from New Orleans, but I just want to say that I really value Josette's help. And she sent us a text today about how her and all of her neighbors on her block were cooking all of the food in their fridge. They're out in the streets grilling with their gas grills, cooking all the food in the fridges before it goes bad and then giving it away to people. So that's just a little picture of the scene down there. And I think that's emblematic of Josette, but also of the spirit of New Orleans. It's a very, very loving place. And it's a lot of other things, too, and a lot of the qualities of that city made it into this next song. New Orleans is crazy. There's nothing she won't do. And if you hang around with her, she'll make you do it too. From the mouth of the Mississippi to the banks of Pontchartrain, black and greasy be thy heart, hallowed be thy name, hallowed be thy name. And she just the sweetest thing you've seen. So long, New Orleans. So long, New Orleans. There ain't nowhere better. There ain't nowhere worse. When you think she's blessing you, you're bound to get her curse. She'll feed you at a table, she'll show you to her room. But are you rocking in her cradle or rotting in her tomb? Rotting in her tomb. And she just the sweetest thing you've seen. So long, New Orleans. So long, New Orleans. tragic. There's nothing she won't lose. If she ain't taking water, she's giving us the blues. From the mouth of the Mississippi to the banks of Pontchartrain, black and greasy be thy heart, hallowed be thy name, hallowed be thy name. Hope y'all are okay down there. All right. What do we got? What do we got? What are we doing? Who are we? I'm going to take a sip of this. Cheers. Slancha. Let's see. I feel like I'm supposed to say stuff. What can we ask these people out there in internet land? I'm curious to know if anybody's coming to any of the shows we have coming up, or if anybody had tickets to any of the shows we already did and didn't use them because they decided they didn't want to go out because of COVID, or anything like that. Tell me how you're feeling about live music, ours in particular, but live music in general. Tell me if you've been to any other shows that were cool too. Any other things for the people?
I got a funny question, but not
What do you got, Adam?
not a serious
Ask them.
Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 50 duck-sized horses?
Also an important question. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 50 duck-sized horses? With that, let's play Dealing with the Devil. Perfect segue.
Excellent.
This is a pretty new song. I started writing it about a certain handsome scoundrel that I know, and I finished writing it about Mitch McConnell. And if you like it, you should become a patron, because there is a demo of it on Patreon, which is very special, because this never, ever happens to me, let me start by saying, but I was quite drunk when we recorded that demo, and I believe you guys were too.
Yep.
We were 2.5 sheets, at least. We were at Pat's house. Pat lives on the beach in New York in the Rockaways, and Pat is very good at making margaritas, and he also has a small studio in his house, so we drank margaritas all day in the sunshine, and then we recorded this song. A 1, 2, 3. There are good men in this world, I don't need to be told. I like 'em wide and handsome, with hearts of solid gold. But I don't give a half a damn for lying, cheating fools. And you've been dealing with the devil, so now I got to deal with you. You can take that devil talking dirty mouth, take it out my house and drive it south. You can take that beat up out-of-tune guitar, put it in the backseat of that ugly beat-up car. And when you get to Mississippi, I'll have told your mama too. You've been dealing with the devil, and now she got to deal with you. Take it, Joe.
Shake the bird, oh oh.
Yeah.
Shake the bird, shake the boo 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 oh. Oh oh oh.
Yeah. Take that devil talking dirty mouth, take it out my house and drive it south. You can take that beat up out-of-tune guitar, put it in the backseat of that ugly beat-up car. And when you get to Louisiana, I'll have told your woman too. You've been dealing with the devil, so now she got to deal with you. Well, there are good men in this world, it ain't all lies and sin. They don't run for office because they don't never win.
Well, they don't.
And the devil don't know half the tricks you politicians do. But you've been dealing with the devil, and now we got to deal with you. You can take that double talking, filibustering, can't pass legislation mouth. You could take it out my house and drive it south. You take that money-grubbing war machine, put it in the backseat of that big black limousine, and when you get back to Kentucky, we'll have told them people too. You've been dealing with the devil, and now they got to deal with you. Honey, you've been dealing with the devil, and now they got to deal with you. Honey, you've been dealing with the devil, now they got to deal with you. That's fun. That's a fun one. You know what? I like it. Saw you in Boston last night. Fanatic show. I hope she was saying fanatic and not fantastic. That was fanatic. Thank you. Thank you, Tom. Sorry, I said she, but I was wrong. Carolyn, I've got my tickets for your Philly sold-out show. Whose sold-out show? What? It was me.
In
It was
the
us.
trenches.
That's right. Right in the trenches of 676. Terry will be at the Hamilton tomorrow night. Terry, I'm glad you brought that up. Because we are right now between two gigs. We played in Boston last night, and tomorrow night we play in D.C. That's why we were driving all day. We had to get to Philly, where we are right now. Normally, it's like it's supposed to be a 5.5-hour drive. I believe we were in the car for 9.5 hours today. But you know what? It was worth every minute, because that is how much we love you. So tomorrow night we will be at the Hamilton in D.C. It will be a fully vaccinated show. Please bring your vaccine card. And we'll be delighted to see you. It's just really fun. It's just a really fun job. Great to play on a real stage again. Having said that, let us move on to the song, which is called American Kid. Shank Hall in Milwaukee. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Deep Milwaukee. Cut. Deep cut. I think I might have said this before, but I'm especially excited to play a show at Shank Hall because the last time we played at Shank Hall, 9 people came. 9 people total, and that was including the people on the guest list. So I believe we sold 7 tickets. Not that there's anything wrong with that, you know, it's still worth
The best 9.
still worth doing, of course. But I have heard that more than 9 tickets have already sold, and that really warms my heart.
Solid 10.
Back at the Shank Hall with all 10 of you. Nope. Come on. This one's called American Kid. 1, 2, 3. I was once an American kid, growing up on hollow ground. Rode to the river on a pretty red horse in a pretty little country town. But I grew up fast and I cast my vote for the president. And I had my doubts, but I still had hope till I read the finer print. Don't look now, but it won't be long. They're gonna wonder what we did, and we'll have to admit that we done them wrong. God help the American kid. Oh, God help the American kid. Well, I read the news in the papers too, and I see 'em on the TV screen. Maybe they know not what they do, but I wish they'd say what they mean. We stole this nation fair and square, and a whole lot of people in chains, but it was all for the glory of God, I swear, and the glory of capital gains. Don't look now, but it won't be what we did, and we'll have to admit that we done them wrong. God help the American kid. Oh, God help the American kid. All the little kids all around the world, some have and others don't. God loves all the boys and girls. God knows America won't. I hear them holler in my head. Can you hear that lonesome sound? Well, it may be true that we made our bed, but I ain't taking it lying down. Don't look now, and it won't be long. They're gonna wonder what we did, and we'll have to admit that we done them wrong. God help the American kid. Oh, God help the American kid. God help the American kid. Whew. God help us all. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, guys. I heard there were some new patrons, and I'm very excited about that because we'll see you guys on Zoom in just like a little less than an hour. We're going to start the Zoom party right after this. I'm assuming it's going to be around 8:30, and that's going to be an all-request after party. We've already gotten like 10 or 12 requests. I think me and Joe are going to play it because there's a lot of oldies in there, and Joe has been around. Joe is old, so that's why.
That's why.
Joe has been with me since pre-Idiot Heart years, so he knows a lot of the oldies and the goodies. Nancy, Elizabeth, Kyle, and Caitlin. Nancy, Elizabeth, Kyle, and Caitlin. It's very Broadway. Thank you guys for becoming patrons. Patreon's a really super excellent thing to do if you want to support the work that we do and the music that we make, because all the new songs go on Patreon right away, pretty much as fast as I can write them. I put them on Patreon. I try to also do fun other stuff, videos. I'll do like little behind-the-scenes posts where I'm like, here's Pat's house, here's the recording studio, here's a margarita, and then I post the demo that we recorded. Sometimes I do little communiques from the road now that we're back on the road again. So if you want to hear about the stuff that we're doing behind the scenes, and the stuff that I'm thinking about behind the scenes too, that's a great way to do it. And of course, we have these after parties every once in a while. And with that, what do you guys feel like playing? Skunk? What do you think, Skunk?
He's very small.
No, he's not that big. Not big at all. Big at all. Skunk is not very big. He's not big.
Not big at all.
Skunk is not very big. Those of you that were with us for the whole pandemic, tell us about it in the comments. I know a lot of you are quite familiar with Skunk's theme song. We wrote it back in like last March or April, and then we performed it at quite a few of these rent parties. Edel has to go to bed because it's nearly 1 a.m. in Ireland. Thank you for being here. Please bring us to Ireland. Please, please, please bring us to Ireland ASAP. I will come stay in your laundry room. I will play a show in your kitchen, whatever needs to happen to get us back to Ireland. We really want to drink a pot of tea in a pub, just ASAP. What about Shit List? You guys want to play that?
Yes.
This is our song for shouting down Nazis, and if you have rage bubbling over in your heart, please sing along with us at home. 1, 2, 3, 4! You got me at the top of my shit list, even though you look a little punk rock. Talk real loud, but you're totally whiplash. Think we had enough of hearing you talk, so your life ain't a dream that you thought it would be. So you cry and you scream like a cat in a tree. You want a medal just for being a white boy. That ain't the way we do it no more. That ain't the way we do it no more. That ain't the way we do it no more. You got away with that shit before, but that ain't the way we're gonna do it no more. No. I wish you'd never come out of that foxhole. Thought we were rid of you back in 45. But baby, Jesus won't save your soul. He said you better leave your neighbor alive, so your life ain't a dream that you think you deserve. And the kids on the street really get on your nerves. You want a medal just for being a white boy. That ain't the way we do it no more. That ain't the way we do it no more. That ain't the way we do it no more. You got away with that shit before. That ain't the way we're gonna do it no more. No. So you want a white nation?
That ain't the way we do it.
Mass deportation.
That ain't the way we do it.
Keep the white man rich.
That ain't the way we do it.
Keep the women in the kitchen. That ain't the way we do it no more. That ain't the way we do it no more. You got away with that shit before. That ain't the way we're gonna do it no more. That ain't the way we're gonna do it no more. So you say we should go back where we came from, thinking maybe that you should as well. Put your money where your mealy little mouth is and go right back to hell. Yeah! We told him. Fuck fascism, never fuck a fascist. That's right, Andrew. A smart person must have said that. Fun fact about that song. I started writing that after the Charlottesville Unite the Right rally, which really pissed me off. Really got my goat. Really chapped my ass. And so I was just kind of writing in my little writing journal. And the first part of that song I wrote was the very last verse, which says, you say we should go back where we came from. Thinking maybe that you should as well. Put your money where your mealy little mouth is and go right back to hell. And I thought that was a cool thing to say. So that's where that song came from. Fun fact, behind the scenes, preview of the Patreon content. You want to play Jacket? What do you say?
Yeah.
We shouldn't switch back afterwards, though, right? So if there's anything else we need before we switch bases,
Talk about.
we should knock it out now. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's do Ain't No Sin first.
Okay.
Good point. Good point, Joe.
Well said.
I'm gonna just take a deep breath. You guys want to take a deep breath with me at home? It's been a really stressful 2 or 3 to 7 years. But also this month has been really stressful. I've been super stressed out. I don't know what you guys are dealing with, but I have a good guess that you've been stressed out too. So deep breath in with me. And let it out. It's a crazy world. Here we are living in it. It's a blessing to be alive. Amen. Hallelujah. Let's take it to church. 1, 2, 3. Well, my mama said that I ought to be committed, and my daddy said that I ought to go to church, and the preacher said that I ought to be repentant till the day they lay me down in the dirt. But when I go and I get to heaven, well, I know that I'm gonna get in, 'cause I'm just the way the good Lord made me. And it might be crazy, That's right. Ain't no sin. Woo! I'm feeling that. So, I don't know. What have you guys been stressed out about? I'm going back to that topic. I feel like I was onto something there. Somebody mentioned the Milwaukee show is going to be vaccine required, and that is great news because I think they were one of the ones that was on the fence about whether to do that or not. One of the very stressful things this month is just about a month ago, maybe like 3.5 weeks ago, when suddenly the Delta thing, I think, became real. We were like, okay, I guess the pandemic's still going on even if you're vaccinated. Cool. So then myself and my incredible team, which includes Josette, who's in New Orleans, grilling meat for her neighbors right now, and also Lara, my booking agent, Lara Supan, who's absolutely incredible and a superstar, and also Natalie Kleinschmidt, my manager, who is a wonderful and inspiring person and has been so helpful to me in so many ways. Some of you have met some of those people on this live stream. Anyway, all four of us decided that the best move was to make all of our fall shows vaccine required. I think we had 30 shows or so on the calendar, and at that juncture, none of them were requiring vaccines as far as we knew, and we said, hey, we don't want to kill anyone if we can at all avoid it with these concerts. So we set about trying to make all the venues require vaccines, and I tell you what, it didn't go quite as smoothly as one would hope. But it actually, now I think all the shows, or almost all of them, have agreed to require vaccines, because I think we were sort of, we were maybe about a week ahead of what the industry standard was going to be. So people were kicking and screaming a little bit right at the beginning, but then very quickly they realized this is the only way that we get to continue to do live music, is if we do it only in vaccinated crowds, at least for now. Why is that? Because the virus is real and so is the vaccine, and it works pretty good. Not as great as we hoped in the beginning, but still pretty dang good. I'm a big fan of the COVID vaccine, and I think if you haven't got it yet, you should go ahead and get it. So now you know what I think. With that, how can I segue? I can't. This is, there's no way to segue.
Only one way to say it.
From vaccines to masturbation, but if you guys think of one at home, feel free to drop it in the comments. Actually, I know. We were driving all day, and much of the drive was on the New Jersey Turnpike, and one of the guest stars in this song is the Molly Pitcher Travel Plaza, which is one of the fabulous travel stops on the New Jersey Turnpike between Philadelphia and New York. So if you've been listening to this song and you're like, what the heck's the Molly Pitcher? It's like one of those travel stops where there's like a Roy Rogers and a Starbucks and like a big bathroom that has toilet paper on the floor. Now you know. The more you know. I took a good long drive down the NJ Pike, thinking why you gotta be the type of boy I like. Why you act so dumb, all the books you read. You got a body like that, but you're living in your head. Stop at the Molly Pitcher. Say you got a girl, I don't see you with you. You say you want a drink, but I want something stiffer. You say I ought to keep it clean, I ain't a Swiffer. Well, I like your shirt, I like your jacket. Like to think about you when I whack it. It doesn't hurt, ain't nothing to it. Call me when you had enough of thinking, honey, let's do it. When we met last week in the elevator, said I gotta feed a meter, but I'm gonna see you later. In the bar you were chewing on a Swizzle stick. I said you look so good, you're about to make me sick. But it was too much. You only want to talk, you know I'm on the one to touch. Tried to have a chat, but it was too scary. You're just a Democrat, I'm a revolutionary. Well, I like your shirt, I like your jacket. Like to think about you when I whack it. It doesn't hurt, ain't nothing to it. Call me when you had enough of thinking of it. Yeah. Yeah. That reminds me, I watched Magic Mike XXL last week, and I have to say it's still a really good movie.
Hey.
If you haven't watched that, it's actually really wonderful, and I mean it. I'm not even joking right now. Yes, it's a movie about male strippers, but it's like a weirdly female gaze centered film. I don't know who they got to decide that, but fucking awesome. But fucking right.
But fuck yeah.
Am I right? Yeah. Once again, I invite you to send us some money in various ways. If you want to be on Patreon, you'll see behind-the-scenes stuff, including the behind-the-scenes after party tonight, which is going to start in about half an hour, in which we will take your requests and try to play them. Can you? You can't reach that mic. I'm going to fix this mic again. Nice. I'm going to fix this magic mic.
Magic Mike XXL.
Patreon is great, but the other thing that's great is just sending us some money on Venmo or PayPal. That is how I pay the boys for these shows that we're doing right now. Let's do the fishing song. Yeah. You know what?
How about yeah?
How about yeah? Yes. This is a song that I wrote back at the very beginning of this pandemic, and I wrote it about one of my songwriting heroes, Mr. John Prine, who passed away last April from COVID. And I know a lot of people found me right here on the internet because of this song, so tell me about it in the comments. That was a crazy thing to have happen, and I thought it was very beautiful that it brought so many people together in our love of that wonderful musician and songwriter. Hey John Prine, thanks for the tunes, they were sweet as peaches, crazy as loons, you were telling us how to be good to each other. Smart ass, smiling, aimless lover, but it's rough down here since we got the news. Might take a miracle to kill these blues. Everybody been crying like a little girl in the whole wide, big old, goofy world. But tonight, heaven is a happier place. They were all sick of singing Amazing Grace. Now it's fish and whistle, lean on me. Everybody's singing in harmony. Tonight in heaven it must be nice. They're all eating peaches in paradise. All of them angels lined up in a queue just to go fishing with you. Just to go fishing with you. Hey John Prine, one more thing. You're the one who made us all wanna sing. You made it look so easy and look so fun. We'll sing a little sweeter now that you're all done. And please tell Petty we've been breaking down since. Merle and Bowie and Leonard and Prince. You got a pretty good band up there, I guess. And we all wish you all the best. But tonight, heaven is a happy place. They were all sick of singing Amazing Grace. Now it's fish and whistle, lean on me. Everybody singing in harmony. Tonight in heaven it must be nice. They're all eating peaches in paradise. All of them angels line up in a queue just to go fishing with you. Just to go fishing with you. Just to go fishing with Jesus and Petty and you. Amen. Hallelujah. Thanks, John. What's your favorite John Prine song, Internet Land? I'm curious to know. I think mine would be, let's see if I can. I stole this guitar part. Oh yeah, no, you're right. That's got to be my favorite. Father, forgive us for what we must do. You forgive us, we'll forgive you. Possibly the best lyrics ever written. I would put them up. That's a contender right there. Well, on the topic of grief, I have experienced more grief this year than ever before in my life, and I know that that is true for many people, though of course not everyone. So grief has been coming up in my work, because as I now know from therapy, songs are part of how I process my emotions. So I have a very new song, and it is about grief. And Jessica, this goes out to you, and to whoever else has lost someone recently. This is called When Somebody's Gone. You wake up in the early morning, pour yourself a cup of something sweet. And then you go out in the air and see what's growing in the early summer heat. Somewhere a broken record's playing memories like half-forgotten songs. When somebody's gone, you stack up all the books and papers, photographs and stories that you know. And then you pack up all the boxes and you sweep the floor, and then it's time to go. Take all the things they saved and treasured, put them in a pile on the lawn. When somebody's gone, and they say your heart won't always hurt. They don't say how long. Ain't it strange the body turns to dirt while love goes on and on. When somebody's gone, when somebody's gone. Every day the sun goes down, something comes to serve as a reminder. Of all the things you could have said and done if you were just a little kinder. It's plain to see that kindness was the only thing that mattered all along. When somebody's gone, and they say your heart won't always hurt. They don't say how long. Ain't it strange the body turns to dirt while love goes on and on. When somebody's gone, when somebody's gone. Thank you. I feel like I'm not supposed to talk after that. Celine says, a beautiful tribute to your grandma. That is true. My grandma passed away from COVID, and I did write that song about her passing. Gosh, what do you guys say we wrap up with Be Good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. This feels like such a short show, but this is in fact a normal length for a show. The live stream sort of got progressively shorter over the pandemic. The very first one back in March, I believe it was March 21st, 2020, was the first rent party, and it was 6 hours long. We did it right there at Joe's house, and it was just me and Joe, and we just had our laptop with like a USB mic.
And an iPad with me.
And an iPad. We FaceTimed Pat, and then we just faced the laptop camera to the iPad so that Pat could also be part of the live stream. I believe you even played a song on that iPad, didn't you?
I played a lot of songs.
Played a few songs. We had our Pat time.
It was coming through the iPad.
It's a high-tech organization.
We've really grown since then.
You know what, though? It was a different time.
It
Okay?
was a different time.
Production value has really changed since the early days of 2020.
I'm sure they hadn't even heard of Zoom yet.
No, nobody knew how to use Zoom yet. And I'm glad you mentioned Zoom, Joe, because right after we finish this concert, we are going to take a short break, and then we're going to go over to Zoom, and we're going to have a Patreon-only VIP, all-request after party. Now, doesn't that sound cool? That's because it is cool. And we hope that you'll join us and request some songs, hopefully ones that we know. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for coming to shows. Thank you for buying tickets, especially to Shank Hall in Milwaukee. We would love to just really show them what we're made of these days. And of course, whatever you guys are stressed out about or grieving about or dealing with over in your lives, know that we feel it too, and we're sending you lots of love. And on that topic, this one is in fact about love and being good to the people. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Jesus Christ was a handsome man. He had nothing to hide. He said, give bread to the hungry, bring the homeless inside. Jesus Christ was a dangerous man. That's the way that he died, saying, be good to the people you love, and love everybody alive. Be good to the people. Be good to the people. Be good to the people you love, and love everybody alive. Thanks for listening, you guys. That's Pat, Adam, Joe. I did that backwards. Pat, Adam, Joe, and Skunk. It's been lovely playing for you. We'll see you on Zoom in a few minutes, and we'll see you out there in the world. Be good. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.
1, 2, 3, 4.